Hello LEGO fans! Welcome to my new mock showcase series, where I showcase the creations of talented mock designers and share my thoughts and experience after making them myself. Today we have 3 very special Speed Champion scale models of the cars from the Grand Tour's finale, One for the Road. These models are Jeremy Clarkson's Lancia Monte Carlo, James May's Triumph Stag, and Richard Hammond's Ford Capri were designed by popular Speed Champions mock designer Carmocs. You can buy the instructions for all 3 cars on the website or Brickable. The link is in the description. As a disclaimer, my postal models of all 3 cars have been slightly modified from Carmocs' original designs to replace illegal building techniques and add extra details. Each car also has custom 3D printed wheels that I commissioned from brick2brick.com and license plate stickers that I printed with sticker paper. And if you'd like to make your own minifigures of Clarkson, Hammond, and May like I did, the link for my tutorial video will be in the description. But first, a background on the Grand Tour and these 3 cars. The Amazon Prime series The Grand Tour, hosted by former Top Gear presenters Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond, was a spiritual continuation of the iconic BBC show created following the firing of Jeremy Clarkson after he had an angry scuffle with a producer. On September 13th, 2024, the last episode, titled One for the Road, released on Amazon Prime, featuring a road trip from Zimbabwe to Botswana with Jeremy in a 1982 Lancia Monte Carlo, James in a 1974 Triumph Stag, and Richard Hammond in a 1974 Ford Capri. A tearjerker for fans around the world, this finale marked the end of a 22-year-long era that had changed car culture and pop culture forever. Starting at Jeremy's car, the Lancia Monte Carlo, also known as the Lancia Scorpion in other markets, the dark blue mudguard pieces from 2024's Mustang Dark Horse set really helped to make this build possible. Without them, the car would have to be built with these mudguard pieces, which are extremely expensive and dark blue on Bricklink. This entire section of the hood and headlights is placed on an angle to match the real Monte Carlo's retro wedge styling. This metallic silver quarter-round tire is placed between 2 studs, which, believe it or not, is a legal technique, to form the middle of the grille for the Integrale-style front end, a popular modification for the Monte Carlo in period. To tilt the windshield piece at the perfect angle, a double hinge brick technique is used. I'd never seen this technique used before. It's pure genius. The design for the seat pillows is simple and straightforward, but looks great. This part of the engine cover uses another double hinge brick technique, though getting it aligned perfectly was much more difficult, and by swapping the grille tire with a jumper plate, the silver Impala skull from the episode can be placed on top of the engine cover like on the show. Also like the car from the show, the model has Ferrari taillights from the recent F40 set. With both the real car and Lego car, I just can't help but find the rear of this car to look just like the rear of an AutoZam AZ1. Do you feel the same? This is the real bumper of the Monte Carlo, which simply slides into place. The connection is a little loose and the bumper is a bit fragile, but it works. The interior of the Monte Carlo is quite simple, with the usual seat design, steering wheel, microphone shifter, and handbrake. Though the car does have a 1x2 tire in front of the passenger seat representing Jeremy's custom zesty drink fridge. Now on to James' car, the Triumph Stag, a classic British roadster that has been relatively unknown, that is, until One for the Road. There are some creative, barely legal building techniques to capture the Stag's headlights and grille, though the headlights and bumper are kinda wiggly. The Stag's windshield section, however, is very fragile and should be handled carefully. This is the rear of the car, which I actually redesigned. I discovered that the taillights in the original mock would collide with the other pieces, plus I couldn't fit a bigger license plate and a few of the purple parts were pretty expensive. I also felt that the rear end in the original mock curved down too low after looking at side angle photos of the real Stag, so I made a more simplified rear end with simpler taillights and made the rear bumper plate higher. The rear bumper was also made of 4L and 3L bars as I didn't want to cut a Lego hose for the bumper. The interior features James' silver steering wheel from the show. However, this piece is in light bluish gray since when a metallic silver wasn't available. The seats are also lower than in the Monte Carlo to make room for the Stag's signature roll bar. When in the car, my James minifigure barely fits and the door is pushed out a little due to his hand getting in the way. A single minifigure can also be placed in the back seat, though the roll bar will be in front of their face. Finally, Richard's car, the walk-on Ford Capri that gave him many mechanical issues throughout the episode. The Capri's grille is replicated perfectly with metallic silver 1x1 round plates. These black plates with clips have been added by me for authenticity to represent the front bumper's mounting points, as the Capri first appears in the episode with front bumpers, but later losing them revealing these hooks which I tried to replicate. I appreciate the skill that went into building the Capri's silver line that goes across the side and curves at the rear. It looks great. The building techniques used for the quarter windows and seat pillows are absolutely perfect. And on the back is the Capri's silver wheel spoiler. In the episode, Jeremy gives Richard a spoiler that he bought at a car parts flea market, which Richard proceeds to fit onto his car where it looks absolutely terrible. Later in the episode where Jeremy dips his Impala skull ornament in silver and James does the same with his Stag's steering wheel, Victor has to cut the spoiler to make it smaller so he has enough silver to coat it, where it looks even more silly, though for some reason it doesn't look as odd on the Lego car as it does on the real car. Nothing special to say about the interior, though like the Stag there's a rear seat, but with the roof on the minifigure won't have enough headroom to fit. Like in the episode's emotional Makati farewell scene that served as a tribute to the Top Gear Botswana special, all 3 cars can have their doors removed, though the Monte Carlo and the Capri will require some extra pieces to be swapped. This is a fantastic feature that I'm so glad Envy Carmocs included. I commissioned BrickTheBrick.com, who makes custom 3D printed rims for Lego cars, to make a set of rims for each car, and since each car's wheel design is so unique I couldn't resort to using pre-existing Speed Champions rim covers. The result looks absolutely fantastic and the Mocs wouldn't be complete without them, and the link to the pages where you can buy the rims yourself will be in the description. And I made a link for the PNG file of the license plate stickers, which will also be in the description. Overall, these cars are absolutely phenomenal and are some of my favorite builds in my Lego collection. Once I saw one for the road, I knew I had to have all 3 cars in Lego form next to my Oliver and John Mocs, and Envy Carmocs truly knocked it out of the park. I cannot recommend these Mocs enough for Lego fans who love Top Gear and the Grand Tour. And I can't wait to show you more amazing creations from my favorite Unbreakable designers like Envy, so if you'd like to see more, consider subscribing to the channel.